Every man dies. Not every man really lives. Not until he's had a chance to enjoy the tip. Today in Patriots, on Tuesday, March 26, 2024. What's going on, Pats, Peeps, and Foxborough faithful? Your old pal Fitzy coming to you from the barrage with all the latest rumblings, bumblings, and stumblings from the greatest place in the world to live, Pats Nation. All right, today was day 2 of the NFL Owners Meetings 2024. And the owner of the New England Patriots, who's been in charge of the ship and won a couple of ships along the way over 30 plus years, the one and only Mr. Robert Kraft spoke. Met with reporters kind of the same way Mayo did the other day, and Young Thunder was outside the hotel, a fancy little one at that, no less, talking to the Pats people, letting them know how he felt about the response to the Dynasty series. Not getting into that once again, because Pats positive people. He also talked about the importance of building through the draft once again and how you need a great coach and a great quarterback to win. So it's nice to see that Mr. Kraft got a hand on football 101 right there. Always very important. Couldn't agree with you more, Mr. K. But my favorite takeaway from Mr. K's words with the reporters and the Pats people today was when he discussed ultimately why he and the organization believed that the most sought-after free agent that the Thunder Buddies pursued this past, month, couple of weeks or so, Calvin Ridley, ultimately decided to go elsewhere. Take a listen.
He made clearly his girlfriend wanted to be in the South, and we had a situation where the taxes were like almost 10% higher, and we offered or were willing to keep going at that premium, but he didn't want to be in the Northeast. And part of it might be the quarterback situation as well.
Wait a second. So they decide to stay because it's closer maybe to the family and she doesn't want to move from the South up to the North? All right, that's fine. I mean, I think our food, our culture, our education is better, but I'm a little biased because I'm a South Shore native and a mass hole for life. All right, that's fine for her. But what must have been really fun was Calvin Ridley's girlfriend waking up this morning, maybe a coffee, she flips on Today, she's going to have an avocado smoothie or maybe a little oatmeal, and then it's all of a sudden, wait, why am I trending? Oh no, I guess now I'm the reason why Calvin Ridley decided to stay with the Titans or sign with the Titans and not go to the Patriots. I never heard that one before. That was unique, to say the least. Anyway, you can find the rest of everything Mr. K had to say if you go to the socials and whatnot. Moving on with the football stuff, not sure if you guys heard yesterday, but there was a little chaos theory invoked on a Monday because the NFL Network aired a clip with this dude, Tom Pelissero, saying from everything he had heard and all the peoples that he had spoke to pigskin-wise at the owners' meetings, sounds like the Washington Commanders could take at number 2 overall, dun, 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 J.J. McCarthy. That's right, Jim Harbaugh's forgotten son. The prodigal son of Michigan, you know, the guy who's supposed to be the greatest college football quarterback in the history of University of Michigan. Go Blue! Brady was pretty great, too. I think his pro career kind of worked out as well. All right, this is bananas because this could very well mean, even though all along we've been thinking it's gonna be May for the Patriots at number 3, what if Chicago goes number 1 with Caleb Williams and number 2, J.J. McCarthy, goes to Washington to work with Dan Quinn, who's a coach whose name sounds like a planet in the Star Wars system, who also lost Super Bowl 51 to the Pats. He'll work with Cliff Kingsbury, that handsome son of a bitch with the fancy shoes and the wild offensive game plan. Now we could have Drake May or Jaden Daniels in the equation. Isn't it very interesting, to say the least, over the next couple of days that the Pats will be attending full boat? I mean, Wolf of Ball Street, Gerard Mayo, all the Thunder Buddies are going to be at Jaden Daniels' pro day at LSU, which I'm sure is going to be phenomenal. He'll probably chuck the ball 80 yards on the run, the opposite direction of his throwing arm, and we're all going to go, oh, I've never seen that before. Oh, my God, we got to get him. And then the next day, Drake May is going to look like Josh Allen 2.0 and do the same thing as well. And then we're all going to be like, no, I want him instead. I need the Matriot. I need Drake the Snake. That's what it's going to have to be. Make it or Drake it. Let's go. We're all over the place. So it's just fascinating to think that J.J. McCarthy could have been like an early second-round prospect a few months ago, and now the kid could climb all the way up to the 2nd pick overall. Does he fall like Levis or Brady Quinn in drafts of recent past, or does he make the way all the way up to number 2? I will say this, it almost kind of doesn't. All of them can throw the ball. All of them are way more athletic in their left arm than all of us are from head to toe. But the thing is, what's the infrastructure? What's the game plan? Who's their coordinator? How long are they going to have a chance to sit down? Like Jordan Love, like Aaron Rodgers, like even Patty Mahomes, who sat for a full year behind Alex Smith learning from Andy Reid and company until he was ready to take his ridiculous toolbox of baseball player dad gifts to the football field. If they go to the right situation, any of these guys might be the fit for their particular team. So if it ends up being Drake May, I hope he sits his ass down for a while and listens to everything they have to say and watches poor Jacoby Brissett basically be Jon Snow in that meme with one sword versus 500 dudes on horseback. Not saying that it's not going to be a rough season. Remember yesterday, Coach Mayo preached patience, so we're staying Pat's positive and we will teach Pat's patience. It's going to be an interesting season, but it's all about the coordinator of the system and the time they have to develop and grow these guys into studs. They're all prospects now. Let's see which way all of that goes. Not sure if you guys also saw this, but there's going to be a new kickoff rule as well in the NFL this year. I called it a couple of years ago. I'll find the tweet. It's out there. I'm telling you. That's one of the good tweets that I'm going to want to discover and share with you guys. New kickoff rule, basically, kickers back here, whole bunch of dead space, your guys here, the other team's guys here, and then you got like the drop zone where the kick can go. Going to prevent more concussions, more action. I talked about it yesterday. Now it's fully implemented. It has passed. We have a new XFL-style kickoff rule in the NFL. I like it. It's going to up the number of returns. Now onside kicks are going to happen more often because you have to declare. I know all of you out there are like, but I like the sneaky undeclared onside kicks. How many of them have worked in the past 20 years? One in the Super Bowl that Sean Payton famously called for the Saints to start the second half off of a Super Bowl in which Sean Payton's Saints beat Satan Manning and the Colts. I love that game. Yeah. So don't worry about it. You'll see more onside kicks. You'll now see more kickoff returns. It may make a bunch of guys more valuable because they're not going to have, 10 240-pound padded and armored man missiles screaming down the field at them, but rather just sort of like kind of a fun, sort of ridiculous, long running play. We'll see if it works. I'm a fan already. Quick note, yesterday as well, Miles Bryant signed with the Houston Texans. Please, I'm not here for dunking on Miles Bryant's season. For all of you that are like, good, guy was trash, get him out of here. I dunked on him many times on social media. Ultimately, I felt badly about it because A, super good dude. I had a chance to interview him down the stadium. Saw all the good things he did in the community as well. I wish him nothing but the best. Yeah, Isaiah McKenzie ate his lunch in that December 2021 game. And he was not the greatest football player of all time, but he did everything Coach Belichick and everyone else asked him to do. So, again, brighter days ahead for him, and we'll see who the next super Swiss Army knife type of guy is, because he kind of did fill in all over the defensive and special team spectrum. But also, Damen Harris retired yesterday. The neck injury he suffered in October when he was wearing the Bills uniform has ended his season after 5 years. I always thought he was going to be like the real big bad RB1 for the Patriots. 2020, when he seized control of the RB1 job, he was awesome, and he had almost 1,000 yards that season, I think, and 15 touchdowns as well. But remember, 2020, everyone remembers him from the famous run against Buffalo and the win-addled Mac Jones 3-pass Monday night win. But this run right here in 2020 in a game the Patriots should have freaking won if Cam didn't fumble late. Yeah, this is when I thought Damen Harris was the real deal.
Slashing! Damen Harris takes it all the way for the touchdown. Patriots are right back in it.
Yeah, it was a fun couple of years. Too bad he didn't get out from behind Sony in 2019. Maybe the run game would have been better for Brady in his final season with the Pats. But still, 5 years in the NFL, good-looking guy, great voice as well. So wish you nothing but the best, Damen Harris. And lastly, the NFL has announced there will be football on Christmas again this year. Hey, football on Christmas, it's like getting football on Christmas. It's the best Christmas gift of all time. Yeah, I mean, I read that again, and I was like, hey, midnight, it's me, 6. I'm on my way up to visit you. However, Christmas is on a Wednesday this year. So you're basically going to have football every day for like the last week of the year. Christmas, football. I mean, it's already difficult enough to pay attention with everything going on and traveling to see the in-laws and everything else. And, I've got kids and wife, single, it's fine. I don't live, what do I live in, Utah? Christmas is chaos to begin with. Now to actually have to cover games or tweet about games or definitely gamble on games, like human sacrifice, cats and dogs living together, Santa just visited, give me an eggnog, mass hysteria. That's going to be wild. I hate it, and also I love it. But that's just kind of like, that's life as an NFL fan and a Pats person, right? All right, so anyway, there you go, folks. Kraft has spoken. J.J. McCarthy possibly going number 2. A new kickoff rule. Fare thee well, Miles Bryant. Happy retirement, Damen Harris. And yes, football on Christmas, the greatest gift of all. We'll be back tomorrow. Tell your friends everything you need to know about the wide world of Patriots, NFL, and so much more happens here each and every day from the barrage with your old pal Fitzy. Until we talk to you again on the tip, remember, it's just the tip, just to see how it feels, sounds, or looks. We'll be good. Fuck 'em all. And as always, go Pats.